Hi everyone, this is Professor Oaks, and in this video I'm going to show you what I think is a cool project that you could do at home that involves a little bit of math here. And I'm going to take some of these old magazines that I have, and I'm going to make a little bit of a booklet out of it. So let's go ahead and see what I come up with. All right, so first up, I thought that somebody could talk about telling time. So I found all these examples of watches in the magazines. And then, all right, so more in the theme of talking about time, there were some articles about a lady's routine during the day, and then also about a warm-up routine for a golfer. So those are some instances where knowing how to tell time would be useful here. And then also on that theme are some dates. So who remembers when people did the 10-year challenge here, or when the scientist actually published the image here of a black hole, or who remembers this, that Usain Bolt's record was broken here. So all of these are interesting things where they involve different dates and telling time, so all that's there. Another instance would be talking about money. So I found all these interesting coins and the different conversion rates of what the coin would be worth now compared to when it was made. And then all of these examples here of money. So you have decimals, even 1.5 miles, and you have dollars and cents. And then you could actually figure out the discount that you're getting on some wine here. So lots of different items involving money. So knowing how to count money is always very important. And then, of course, recipes. So this particular one here looked really good to me. Potato soup, right? Doesn't that look really good here? I think I might want to make that. But, of course, there's fractions involved here. And then all the different just measuring in terms of making the soup here. And I actually just went ahead and cut out some of the recipes I think I might want to make later, like this ciabatta bread here. Doesn't that look really good here? All right, oh, look at those little nooks and crannies in the ciabatta bread. So there's that. And of course, you know, I really like tacos, and so here are some recipes here for tortillas. All right, homemade tortillas. Doesn't that look really good? And then a quesadillas, right? Doesn't that look amazing? If you can combine my sort of two favorite foods, maybe of pizza and tacos, this would be what it looks like. So there we go. And then, let's see, what do we have next? Oh, now it's time for dessert. So, Lily's double chocolate chunk brownies. Ooh, so if you didn't know about math, you wouldn't be able to make these brownies. So think about that, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone else watching here. So the kids and the dogs, and well, dogs actually aren't allowed to have chocolate, are they? So any other pets. All right, so now here are some recipes for a classic apple, right? Oh yeah, classic apple brown butter apple cake. And there it is. All right, what is that? Is that some peaches on the top, maybe? Or maybe you could put some peaches on the top, and then some drink recipes for dessert, an espresso martini. It says it only serves one. Of course it does, but I probably need two of them. So at that point, I need to know how to double the recipe. So there's some more math involved. And then here is some information on statistics I found in the magazine. So here's my least favorite baseball player of all time. I'm not really sure why people like him so much, but he's never been one of my favorites. But, you know, to each their own, right? And then here's the rest of this chart here. Actually, I've never liked Prince Fielder either, so you know, like I feel like some of my least favorite players made the list here, but actually, you know what? I kind of do like Albert Pujols though, so I mean that's actually nice that he made the list. But you can go and actually read about them and information by just looking at this chart. But if you didn't understand bar graphs here, then of course you wouldn't be able to understand what's going on here. And then here's some more data here, some charts and some graphs and some more sports statistics of the values of the teams in the college basketball, right, in 2015. So this is actually an older magazine, but that's okay. And then here is some other information here. Here was some voluntary response survey of like who wore the best dress at an awards ceremony. And here's another bar graph and some statistics about golf. And then we have some measurement here. So here's some measurements in inches, and here's some measurements in feet. And then this graph here, this chart here has measurements in yards, and then you have to know about averages. So there's a lot of math involved here in this particular set of graphics here. And then let's see, I thought that this was actually very interesting. Geometry. So here's some geometry for you. So it talks about triangles and how you would actually maybe use triangles in golf here and rearrange the golf balls in certain arrangements for actually different situations here. So then here's some more geometrical stuff. So I thought that these are all very interesting, thinking about how you would create some of those shapes, even if it is using 3D design, and then how you would stack up all those different shape bags. So you have some triangles and some circles involved, and how do you get them all to stack up that way. So that's actually some geometry there. All right, so then you could talk about large numbers in these magazines, all the way from the thousands to the millions to the trillions and the billions, and then even negative numbers are involved here at some spots in the magazine. So negative 1.1 billion, think about that. What does that even mean? And then finally, there was even an example of an equation in the magazines that I looked at. So here's an example: 2 plus 2 equals 5 minus 1. So there you go. So that's a fun project that you could do at home with old magazines. Just look through them and then come up with some examples of math that you see in the magazine. So it's a good way to put those old magazines to use and maybe learn a few things and open your mind to the world around you. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great day.